Hey everyone, Alex Bennett here at the PGA Tour Performance Center at TPC Sawgrass. This series is all going to be about proper footwork. Not necessarily just creating power from the ground up, but also creating proper feels underneath your feet. So whether like the left foot should feel like it's almost pushing away from the ball, or that right foot should feel like it's almost corkscrewing into the ground, we're going to throw in some moves to simulate that feel and hope it makes it feel better on the golf course. This move here, we're going to do a little bit of a squat row, but I want you to really feel like that left foot's almost pushing away from the ground, creating space between your hips and impact, and that right foot's just really gripping into the ground to keep you secure on that trail foot. So all we're going to do is, we're going to go both sides, but we're going to start with that through side. I'm right-handed. So we're just going to really just kind of rotate into that right and then push away with the left and rotate in. So you can see my hips are never going in towards the target, right? It's always away from the ball. And that left foot is really pushing away, pushing that left glute back, and then we'll switch sides and we're just rotating into that right hip, pushing that left foot all the way over to that right hip and using the ground to help us do the move. This move is great if you feel like you really struggle getting pressure into that lead side through impact. If you feel like you're just constantly just backing out of it, not applying pressure down on the ground with that stable leg. I like just putting a small foam pad underneath the foot. All we're gonna feel is that slight push down as we rotate and punch through. So you can start stagnant and just push down into the pad as we rotate and punch through. Just feel that left hip working, feel that left quad working, or you can get a little more dynamic with it and add a little step into the pad as we go through. That's personally my favorite. I feel like it requires a little more engagement in this right foot, and you'll see my right foot is just kind of screwing into the ground to create that push and that stability to be able to push through impact. Same thing, as always, you're gonna feel a lot of core. Now here we're gonna really feel that trail side foot just kind of grip the ground, corkscrew into the ground while we're firing up the core, we're firing up the hip, because we're gonna add a little bit of a hinge with a pallet press, and we're gonna come up each time. So this is tougher than it looks. I might make it look tough though. But we're gonna just hinge, press, like I said, tougher than it looks. We're just gonna hinge, press, keep that core tight, keep that hip working. That foot is definitely gripping the ground. I really feel that big toe gripping the ground. Doesn't take a whole lot of movement to make this very challenging. Good. Whew. And then we'll flip over and do the other side. This move, we're gonna feel like this left foot, left ball of the foot is helping us load into that right hip while we get a good push with the left arm. We're gonna make sure that right arm folds, but we're gonna feel those obliques really having to work and really having to coil some strength into that trail hip. So we're just gonna split grip it, left hand over top, right hand underneath if you're right-handed. And we're just gonna feel like push away with that left foot, left ball of the foot's engaged. Feel that push with the left arm. Let that right arm kind of just fall along. And you're gonna feel that core really engaged. And then we'll flip over to the other side just to balance those obliques.